Alright, what art supplies do I use? I get this question quite a bit, so I thought I'd make a whole video telling you all the products I use for pretty much 90% of my drawings these days. So, let's get into it! Alright, so starting with sketching, I still use to this day, would you believe, a HB pencil. It's what I used for all my drawings back in the day. I only did all my sketching and all my drawings 100% with pretty much HB pencils. Although, you know, since I've moved up into color, I've gotten a few more products. But yeah, still use this guy, which obviously rubber, sharpener, also essential. Although I don't use lead pencils as much these days, I have upgraded to mechanical pencils because, let's face it, I can't be bothered sharpening. I have these two bad boys at the moment. I pretty much would use any brand though, it doesn't really matter, whatever's the cheapest. Although the lead I do have in them is 0.5 for both of them. Okay, so colored pencils is what I used after I upgraded from the lead pencils. I would start doing colored drawings with, yeah, just pencils. I've always used these two brands, which are Prismacolor and Faber-Castell Polychromos, both awesome pencils. If I was to do a drawing completely done with color pencils, which I'd still do time to time, I would use Prismacolor pencils. I think they just blend really well, and they're just like smoother. If I'm doing just like my marker drawings that I'm doing these days, and I just have to use a bit of like color for texture or something over the top, I will pretty much use the Polychromos. I do have like all my colored pencils scattered around, but pretty much if I'm doing a new illustration and I need like a color, I kind of just have like this guy, and it's got all just like colors in here, which is, yeah, really nice. So pretty much any color that I need, I can just pick out and quickly use and put back. So this guy's pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, for the main question I get asked daily is, what markers do I use? I'm sure a lot of you already know, but for the ones that still are wondering, Copic Markers is the brand that I use. So I love these markers, I've been using them for years now. When I was just doing colored pencil drawings, I wanted to try something new, and at my local art store they had these, so I wanted to give them a go. What I started with, and what I suggest anyone starts with, is just buying like a grayscale set. So the first markers I bought was the set of the cool grays, and it has from C0 to C9 and then the black in that. So you've got a whole family of shades, and you can do any kind of drawing you want with that basically. And that's what I did. I just did heaps of grayscale drawings and just practiced my blending and everything with those until I was comfortable enough to start getting colors. And then I would just pick out the colors individually for the drawing that I wanted to do, and I've just been building my collection like that ever since. I know these are pretty expensive, but they're just the ones I happen to start with, so I may as well just, you know, stick with it. I do really love them. The reason I do is because of how many colors there are, 358. I do pretty realistic drawings most of the time, so having all that color range is actually really good for me. I do have other markers as well back there, the Stylefile markers. They're actually really great as well, but they come in, I think, 120 colors, so Copic Marker literally has over double. But they're still really great markers. If you would like me to do like a comparison video, I would definitely be keen to do that, so let me know. And yes, all my markers are the Sketch. So it has the classic brush nib, which I use all the time, every time. The only time that I use the wide nib is when I'm like filling in big areas and stuff like that. Alright, moving on to multiliners. Now, for inking, the outlining, all that stuff, these are what I use mostly, and they are the Copic Multiliners, waterproof, Copic proof. Yeah, so the main two I use is 0.25 and then 0.03 for ultra detail. So any kind of lines that I'm doing that I'm gonna like flick out the very end, and just want that ultra crisp detail, I'm gonna be using the 0.03. And then just for normal like outlining and everything else, I'll use the thicker one. And then if I'm doing a big area, I'll use that, and then I just use the black Copic marker to fill in that area. Now I do use other brands as well. I have a whole lot of other brands. Another good one is the like Uni Pin brands, and I have like all different sizes in those. Those are obviously way cheaper. The good thing about the Copic ones though, especially like these grey ones, these are refillable, so yeah, I don't know. Both work just as good though. And I pretty much just have them all chilling in this big skull pot plant thingy. And yeah, just have all different multi-liners and all different pens in there that I can grab at any time. Alright, so another big question I get asked is, what paper do I use? What do I use for all my illustrations, Copics, everything? So, Expressit Blending Card is the brand. I have 2 packs here, so I've been doing a lot on just like smaller A5 at the moment, and then I have just like a whole pack of A4 as well. I usually just only used A4, and then if I was doing smaller drawings, I would just like cut them in half. But as a gift from someone, I got these A5s, which is really cool as well. So they're just all individual sheets that I can just pop out and start drawing. I do use just normal printer paper as well, which I will do like my initial sketch with like pencil, and then when I'm happy with that and ready to ink and go with my Copic markers, I'll get that bad boy out. I've also wanted to start a sketchbook recently, and so I've been thinking about getting the Moleskine one, like A4 size. I know a lot of awesome artists that like use that one, so I think I'm going to be picking up that one soonish. I do have a Moleskine at the moment, which is right here. I have just like the watercolor one, and I do love it. That's why I want to get the one for like my marker drawings. But yeah, I got this one because I wanted to start trying like watercolors. And I bought it a while ago, and I literally have 1 drawing in it so far. And the rest is empty, so, you know. Then again, I do have like a million other sketchbooks, all different brands that probably have 1 or 2 drawings in it. I'm sure if you're an artist, you probably know that sketchbooks is one of the easier things you seem to collect a lot of. I don't know why. And back to the colored pencils and that. So when I'm doing like most of my drawings these days, which is with the Copic markers, if I'm pretty much all the time, I go over like with a black and white pencil mostly for like the shadows and highlights and adding the extra details and all that, which I will use the Polychromos for that. So hell yeah. And then for doing the highlight details, lately for all my drawings I've been using the POSCA paint marker. This is PC.1 MR, 0.7 millimeter. Pretty sure it's like the smallest one, I'm not too sure. But yeah, love this for highlights just because it seems to last forever and it's really like opaque. Sometimes it doesn't give me the most detail that I want, and if it doesn't, I'll use it, I'll put it down, and then I use the white pencil to like go over it, like flick the ends out, or I can like, you can kind of scratch away at it, so just having it left what you want on the piece of paper. I have used all the different kind of white gel pens and stuff in the past, and I'll probably get some more. I haven't for a while, but I do love all those as well. But they seem to, I don't know, run out quick for me, or because I go over the Copic and like pencil and stuff, they seem to just like stop working or get blocked. I don't know, I just had some problems with it, so I started using the POSCA marker and that worked really good for me, so I've been using that ever since. But yeah, that's pretty much all the products that I've been using for most of my drawings recently. I'll put a list of all of them in the description as well, so if you're thinking of like trying some of them out, you can check the list out and maybe, yeah, give them a go yourself and see what you think. And let me know in the comments if there's any like products that you would like me to try, do a video on, if there's like different markers that I can do comparisons of, or like cheaper versions that you want me to try to see what I think. Just let me know, I'll definitely be down for that. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you can leave a comment or a like or anything, I would be stoked about that, because yeah, I love doing these videos. I want to start doing way more, and all the support helps. So thanks guys.